Hey everyone, we're back on Riverbend Springs and it's still September. So a couple things that came to mind after we finished up the work this morning and as I was looking around was there's a huge contract right now for plowing that I went ahead and accepted and borrowed the equipment for. We're on our way down to that field right now. We're going to set a worker off and have him work on getting this field plowed for us. It pays a little over $14,000. I think we'll end up netting about $14,000 even after the contract is paid out. Our worker is paid and his wages as well, and then the lease cost on the property. Still pretty foggy down here on the river this morning. So once we get this taken care of, I'll also have a worker right now over in the grass field, and he's doing the final fertilization on that as well. So looking good there. I did notice that the biogas plant is paying more than top price right now for silage. So we're going to take some silage up and sell that to the biogas plant and kind of help increase our bank. And the reason I want to do that is looking at the map right now, field 9 for $108,000. It's been planted with barley and it's been fertilized as well. So we definitely want to maybe go ahead and take advantage of purchasing that field. Then we'll hang on to that until we can harvest that barley, which we have the combine and header for. We're set up for that type of crop. Once we get that bought, we can harvest that field next summer, and then we can work on getting that field incorporated into the field below it so that we can start expanding our farm. So hopefully we'll be able to buy that field by the end of the day today and have that part of our farm and just be waiting on that barley crop to come in. So we'll make sure this worker can get his thing set up, get his plow oriented correctly, and once he takes off, we'll go ahead and head back to the farm and we'll go ahead and grab that silage and get it headed over to the biogas plant. Okay, so it looks like he's on his way to getting this field thing taken care of. So let's go ahead and hop back up here to the farm. We'll pick up our F-250 and grab our bale trailer and we'll get some silage headed over to the biogas plant. Such a beautiful afternoon. I don't think there was any reason to go ahead and call it a day. I think that with the opportunities we have with this silage, with that contract, it's definitely worth taking advantage of. So yeah, it's a little too early to end the month, especially with money on the table. So let's hop out here and get some silage set out for us to pick up, and we'll get that over to the plant and sold. I really like that tires on the gravel sound that is in FS25. I think it is a really, really great sound. It reminds me of growing up on a gravel road. Alright, let's get this locked down. There we go. And we'll get this over to the biogas plant, and I'll see you guys when we get there. Pulling up here to the sell point at the biogas plant, we're going to get this silage unloaded and dropped in. And I did notice in previous video, looking through that, when we brought our last load of silage over to sell, we actually dropped one off that fell down in the bottom there. So we're gonna get that guy picked up and put in as well. Be a little bit of a bonus, right? So let's get our product moved in here. Let's see if it all falls in this first shot. Looks like we're gonna lose a few out the back. It's okay, we'll run down here and pick those up. There we go. So about $13,000 for that one load of silage here at the biogas plant. Definitely hard to pass that up. So we'll run back to the farm, see if we have any more waiting for us there in the shed. I think there may be a couple more bales. We'll grab those and head back with them as well. Okay, and we're back at the biogas plant with our second load. We had 11 um, bales of silage that were in the shed still, so we'll bring those 11 and drop them in. That's going to give us $15,000. So that puts us up to 127,000, more than enough for the 108 for the field that's there below us. Um, and so we'll be able to go ahead and grab that barley field today. Um, I do have a couple of tractors, like we mentioned earlier, that need some repair work done, so we're probably going to do the repairs on those as well. And then we also have the roughly $14,000 of income that will be coming from the contract that we have our guy working on right now. So once that field gets plowed, that'll be an additional, say, $13,000 in the bank, just for a conservative estimate, and should be plenty enough to cover any kind of expenditures we need until we get into grain selling season, where we have our canola, our wheat, and our oat that is still in our silo that'll be sold then. So let's get back to the farm, and we'll have a conversation with our neighbor about buying their field. Okay, so I just had a tailgate meeting with Katie, who owns this field, field number 9, and she did tell me that they did fertilize it and cultivate it. They planted barley. They came back after planting and fertilized again, so it's been 100% fertilized. It does have some weed growth happening in it, so it will need to be sprayed with herbicide, but I think we have enough herbicide at our shed to put on the hardy and come down and get it sprayed. So let's jump in and make the payment and purchase this field for $108,000. We're going to buy that, and it's ours. It leaves us $18,000 in the bank, but we are still waiting on our contract to get finished up so we can get that additional $14,000 or $13,000 in the bank to pull us through until it's time to sell more crop. We do have quite a bit of lettuce to be sold. It's just not ideal yet, so if we had to sell something, we could sell that lettuce or the wool that we have. Also, we have 11 more wrapped bales that are in the process of fermenting into silage and should be fermented next month. So if we need any other quick cash, the biogas plant seems to be a good spot to take that silage and get it sold. So we're going to head over to the barn. We're going to grab a tractor. I may just go ahead and do... Oh, I went the wrong way. Let's get turned around here. We'll head over to the barn. We'll grab a tractor. I think I may grab the Dutes and go ahead and have that maintenance done on it to bring it back up into optimal operating condition, and then we'll grab the Hardy, come down and do some spraying on this field. Okay, let's take a look over here at our records on the workbench. Let's look at the Dutes FAR. The Agro Star 8.31. It does need some work, as well as the Valtra needs some work as well. Let's take a look. It looks like it's going to cost us $5,000 to do these repairs, but repairs are something that definitely have to be done. So we got that taken care of, and that'll put us in a good situation for the next year on this tractor. So let's get it fired up. Let's go grab the sprayer, and we'll take it down and get field number 9 sprayed with herbicide so we can stop that weed growth from happening. So we'll get our worker into the field here, have them start spraying the herbicide to kill the weeds. This tractor needs some diesel fuel, so I think we have plenty enough to get this one field sprayed, and then once we're done spraying this field, I'll go ahead and take this field or this tractor over to the fuel station, and we'll get some more diesel put in it. I used what was left in the pickup truck tank to fill up the Puma, so we'll have to take this to the gas station or drive the truck and fill up the tank, but I figure it'll probably be more efficient and just quicker just to take this tractor and get it done. So we'll let him get started here. There we go. Shouldn't take him very long at all to get this taken care of. Alright, so we got our field taken care of. I'm gonna go ahead and fold this, fold the sprayer up. We'll get it folded up and then we'll run over to the fuel station and grab some diesel. We got plenty left to get us to the fuel station, get us topped off. So here we go. Let's go get some fuel. And just to check on our way out, let's run back over and check on the field. Weeds are gone. So it looks like we're gonna have a really good yield of barley in this field once it comes in next summer. Alright, back from the fuel station, we got our tractor full of diesel and refilled the sprayer and dropped it off. Go ahead and put the AgriStar back in the garage or in the barn, and then we'll jump over into the other field. We'll grab our Puma. He's been done fertilizing for quite a while. We'll get that tractor brought back over and put away as well. And then we're just waiting on our worker to finish up that contract job. We'll check in with him and see how that plowing is going. So definitely starting to think with getting this other field and expanding fields into larger fields, we may be looking at our next step of keeping an eye out for a large tractor. May come in handy to have for these larger size fields. At the minimal, we're probably going to end up putting some wheel weights on the Puma and possibly getting rid of the Valtra and replacing it with a large tractor. Of course, those are decisions that we have a little bit of time for still yet, because none of these fields are going to need any work for a couple of months. We're going to get through our whole selling season first for the crops that we have in the silo before we need to make those decisions. So let's see if we can get over to our worker in the field on the contract and see how he's coming along. Alright, so it looks like he is doing his job. I think it may be a little bit more efficient if he was driving, maybe he is going lengthwise. We'll see what he's doing here. Let's see. Or is he just finishing up the headlands? Okay, so it looks like he is doing his job. He is working on getting these ups and downs taken care of now. So while we're waiting on that contract to get finished up for the plowing, I was flipping through the contract list and noticed that there's a $5,000 cultivating contract available for up in the northwest of the area, and I thought, well, we should have plenty of time to jump on that and get it taken care of in the meantime while our guy's still plowing. So we're going to head up there now and jump into that field and start that contract. Alright, so just getting started here on this cultivation contract. I don't anticipate this will take too long. I think both of these guys will probably finish up at about the same time. So we'll get going with this and then we'll catch up with you guys when it's done. Alright, and we're just finishing up with our worker here on this field. He is finished just in the nick of time. So we'll get this plow folded up and we'll get this guy returned back up to the dealership. Our cultivator finished a little while ago, so we'll also get him taken care of, get him back to the farm. But looks like he finished with what we were asked to do. So we will get him back to the dealership and we'll see you guys up there. It is definitely starting to come down, and yeah, things got finished up just in time because that field would have turned into a muddy mess had we had to stay in it for any length of time in the rain. Does look like the whoa, watch out there, car. Does look like the skies have opened up, so we'll get back up to the dealership and get this tractor dropped off. We'll jump over and pick up our Puma, excuse me, and then we will get back to the farm. Get that dropped off there. It's a great big 9R tractor. And then let's get over into the Puma. Alright, just picked up the Puma from the contract field where it was cultivating, and we'll get it back home to the farm, into the wash bay so we can spray it down and put it away. We'll get these contracts collected on. I am going to have to take some of the money from these contracts to do the repairs on our Valtra tractor. It is in bad shape right now, so we definitely need to take some of this cash and work on getting that tractor fixed up and back into tip-top shape. But these two contracts, once we clear them out, should put us somewhere around the $18,000 mark, plus what we have in the bank now. So whoa, oh, crazy drivers around here. So we should be in a good spot. So I'll see you guys when we get back over to the farm. Alright. So we got the tractor cleaned up, got the cultivator sprayed off and cleaned up as well. And looks like just in the nick of time. So let's jump into our PDA here. And we'll get these contracts cleared up and collected on. So there's one that's going to be for $13,000 for that big plowing contract, and then the other is going to be for $5,600 for that small cultivating contract that we took care of there. So that leaves us in a good spot with $30,000 moving into next month. But like I said, we do have to get the work done on the Valtra, so we're going to go ahead and do that now, and that's going to cost us $12,000, quite a bit into our funds, but it's got to be done. So nets us at the end of the day $18,000. I think a pretty good day because we were able to get some contracts done, get all of our tractors up to par with maintenance, and buy that new barley field. So looks like that's going to be the end of it today, guys. I'm about to shut the barn down and go inside where it's dry. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Again, if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.